What's up you guys, AJ here and welcome back to my channel. Now once again, I really do hope that during these critical horrible times that you guys and you guys' families are keeping safe, and if not, I do send my positive vibes towards you in the hopes that everything will get better. Now let's move on to today's subject for today. Now of course I decided to have a change of scenery in this video because it's been a long time since I've actually done a YouTube video outside, so I decided to come out to the front yard of my house and do a nice little quick video for you all with the coronavirus update, because I know you guys love it when I voice my opinions on, you know, what's happening in the world. So it's going to be a short one, but it's going to be quick and it's going to be eventful, and I'm going to try my best to make sure that when you guys leave this video you know as much information as you can. So the topic for today that I'm focusing on for coronavirus is the topic of children going back to school. Now of course I have voiced my opinion on us going back to school a little bit in previous videos, but I'm going to make this video solely about that whole topic so that you guys can have opinions yourself and voice opinions yourself about what you think, and comment down below about whether or not you think we should go back to school based on the points I'll be making in this video. Now of course, and these things, even though I have my own opinions, I don't really like to be biased because, you know, there always has to be half and half. So you have to look at the pros and cons. Of course, the pros of going back to school is the fact that we've been away from school from a couple months now, and you guys can't lie to yourselves, our brains have fried a little bit. You know, we're not as quick-witted as we used to be. You know, even me, when I'm doing my maths and my English, when I'm doing my times tables, you know, it takes me a while before I can really get the answer, because, you know, us not being able to physically be at school and physically be taught by our teachers really does affect us mentally a lot more than you actually think it does. Because me personally, when I'm trying to learn about a different topic, a new topic, I want my teacher to explain it to me, so when I go home and I do my homework or whatever, I know how to do it correctly based on how my teacher explained it to me. So of course, one of the pros of going back to school is the fact that we will finally be able to, you know, do our work properly, learn properly, and get back on our academics. And of course, another pro is that, you know, it's another chance to socialize, which of course, before you guys beat me up on that, is bad and good. Bad because socializing, especially with groups, is one of the ways that coronavirus can spread. But you know, statistics also do show that when you socialize with friends, it does wonders for your mentality. I know I always feel 1,000 times better going out a few minutes with my friends than staying at home for an hour binging Netflix, you know. So of course that is another one of the pros. And of course, because of coronavirus, there are more cons than there are pros. But like Boris said, it's happening anyway. Doesn't matter what we say, it doesn't matter what our opinions are, it happens anyway. So one of the cons is the fact that little children are going back to school, primary school children, you know, children the age of 5 and 6 to 7 years old. They don't really, because of their mentality, they don't really understand stuff like social distancing rules, stuff like wearing face masks, stuff like wearing gloves, stuff like wearing sanitizer, you know. They don't really understand that. Of course, when little children get into groups, all they really want to do is run and play around. So it is quite dangerous. Even if there are teachers there, you know, it's always been proven that children don't really listen. So it's actually very dangerous for them to go and congregate with a bunch of friends and start running around in a small confined space, meaning school, because they can easily catch coronavirus so quickly like that from other children, and children don't even show symptoms immediately. They could have it for 1 to 2 weeks before they actually show symptoms of having coronavirus. So in that 1 to 2 weeks, imagine how many more people it can spread to. It really is dangerous, and it's one of those things that really make you think, is going back to school the right thing for us right now? Another one of the cons is the fact that going back to school, you're on public transport. And I know from my experience, since I use public transport to get back to school, you know, it's not all that easy in the mornings, especially when it's rush hour. The trains are going to be crowded, whether you like it or not, whether you want social distancing or not. People need to go to work in the mornings. So the trains are always really crowded. And if it's crowded, social distancing rules are immediately thrown out the window. And, it's really dangerous because it can spread everywhere. So, of course, those are the pros and cons. But, one of the ways that we can ensure that we get a mostly positive effect out of going back to school is making sure that, we wear our masks. You take it with you everywhere you go, especially in shops where there's multiple people. You wear plastic gloves. It is a choice whether or not you wear plastic gloves, but I do advise it because you can easily not only get coronavirus from people who have it, but you can also get it from the things that people who have it have touched. So if you go into a train and you need to hold on to make sure that you're steady, you don't know who's touched that. You don't know whether or not they have coronavirus. You don't know whether or not they have some other type of sickness. So you really have to be careful. Even if it's not gloves, even if it's like a handkerchief you use to touch everything in public transport. Also, when you go to school or you go to work, just make sure you're careful of what you touch. And in the case of that, always use hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer is the best way to go. You don't need to get a fancy one. You don't need to get one that smells nice. You just need to get the one that's antibacterial and is strong and works quickly and effectively. And of course, you must follow social distancing rules. It is imperative. And they may be annoying. They may be a bit aggravating, but they are put in place. I can't deny they are put in place to protect you, to protect us, and to protect any other people, So we just have to be careful no matter what. I think that is it for now. If I do have any other opinions on coronavirus, of course you guys can trust me to let you know. Please like and subscribe and turn on the notification button so when I post new videos, you can get new videos from me, and comment down below any opinions you want to voice on, this whole going back to school situation. I really enjoyed this. Angela here, out.